Hello traders, in this video I want to speak about AUDCAD and I will do a technical analysis in order to help us understand where we have the highest probability for the next potential move on this asset. So I will do a multi-time frame analysis starting from the higher time frame, which is the monthly, and I will now work it down to intraday time frame, which is H4. So here on the monthly time frame, I've been able to identify some key market levels. Here from the monthly time frame, we can see that after price found a support around March 2020, it has been maintaining price above that low, and recently we also had some series of multiple support around this 0.86113 dollar level. So we see how price has been rebounding. Anytime it tests this level, price rebounded again, and now price strongly rejected that same level recently, and the same scenario is what we anticipate, which is more bullish price action development. So from the monthly time frame, price seems quite bullish. So let's now go to the weekly time frame. Here from the weekly time frame, what do we see? We saw how price got to this high and then price smashed down, taking out all the previous low that we had after we saw this impulse move to the downside that started from this area I pointed out. So we've had a very impulse move to the downside followed by a quick reversal, which we already identified from the monthly time frame. Okay, and after that price started clustering around this level. So we are likely going to see more institutional longing around this consolidation in weekly time frame for price to logically put up a new high from the weekly perspective. So what do we have from the weekly time frame? We saw a quick bullish rebound and a consolidation. All this while price has not made any new high. So logically, what we anticipate for the market to do is to make or put up a new high. So we have our two key level, which is 0.87153, which we identified on the monthly time frame, and this recent high here, which is the price of 0.90408 as our weekly high. So that's the recent high that we just had in weekly time frame. So let's quickly switch to daily. Here in the daily time frame, things seems more interesting. We can now see that consolidation clearer. We saw how price from here made this new high, pulled back, and then found support at this middle price line and now pushed up, shifting in structure. So what do we logically expect? As this mini pullback just occurred, we anticipate price to do or trade back to this high. So the daily time frame is currently making a pullback after breaking a structure. Also, if we are to identify pattern, we can clearly identify this double bottom like pattern. We see this first low, we see the high, we see this second low. We saw how price broke above that neckline and is currently making a retest. So logically we anticipate price to put up a new high. So here logically becomes a neckline, and price is currently testing the neckline from the daily time frame. So it is currently making a pullback. Okay, so now let's now check our trading time frame, which is the H4, where we make our final decision on this pair. Here from the H4 time frame, we've identified a clear shift in structure. We saw how price dropped massively around here. We saw how price quickly rebounded by breaking a structure. Price dropped lower here. Price dropped lower, but no new high was formed, and it shifted to the upside again. So we are now trading bullish as we see here. So price is now flowing to the up side. So now, where are we looking forward to buying? From the recent price action that developed just one day before the market closed, we saw that after this impulse move to the downside, price traded just for 1 day, 4 hours, and then closed below that impulse, which took about 7 bars, that is a day and 4 hours for the market to close. So we are still closing below that later impulse, but if we check, we can clearly see that the aggressiveness of this sell is no longer how it used to be. We can compare this sell. If we compare this sell here to this sell, we can see that this one is lower, but it's lower than this. Okay, so that this now becomes a low, this becomes a higher low. That simply means that price is now trading to the bullish side. So we anticipate more bullish price action to develop in this market. So what we are likely waiting for in this market is for price to close above this price level of 0.89413, and we will buy. So that's the analysis in AUDCAD, and our target profit is for price to clear and make a new high from the H4 perspective. So that's what we anticipate in AUDCAD.